What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Making Podcasts Great Again. I am your tech stuff guy, Jay Nog, and we are here, of course, with the President of the United States of Mar-a-Lago of America of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, how are you today?
I'm not doing well right now because the stupid Zoom person, we tape these, this, you do
Yes.
tech,
Mhm.
and then they pop up a screen and I can't see my own face on the Zoom. And that's what they're doing with, it's a China, Zoom is a China thing. And they want to block, or is that TikTok? Well, I think they're both China. And they want to block my presidential face. But guess what? I clicked the X and it went bye-bye. Now we're doing a little better.
Mr. President, I was actually at a wedding this past weekend with a colleague of yours.
Matzah tov. Yeah, a lot of matzah. Congratulations to, was it a Kushner wedding?
It was a Kushner wedding.
Okay, so yes, matzah tov, and have a tequila. They have tequila, which is Mexican, but I like how they sort of, it's still a nice song.
Well, your colleague Sean Hannity.
Did you lift the people up on the chairs and scream about tequila?
I didn't actually partake this time, but I've done it before.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I guess you're not pro marriage. Very interesting. We got a
I am pro marriage. It's just I haven't seen my brother in a long time, and he lives in Austin, Texas. So we were hanging out most of the night, and we didn't.
Interesting. So he lives in Texas, a great Trump state.
Yes.
Oh, well, why do we have you? Why the hell did we get you?
I don't know.
You live in New York, which is a radical left ho-ho, and tech stuff brother tech stuff BTS, which is I think also a Korean gang. BTS. I think we should have BTS on the show. And I bet if we tag this BTS, we'll get a lot of crazy people going, this isn't BTS. Where's a Korean gang doing strong songs? Samsung.
He's probably a big fan.
Oh, no, you didn't hear me. That's actually racist. I said Samsung, who's different than Samsung, who does our strong computer work. Wow. Okay, I don't like to do cancel culture, and I'm not trying to be woke, but clearly I said Samsung, who is a mobster that I know in Korea. And he runs the whole K-pop gang system. Samsung is a very strong, he's the real tech stuff guy, okay?
Okay.
And don't ever confuse them. That was one of the most racist things that's ever happened on this show.
My apologies.
And then Song Sung Blue is a song by Neil Diamond.
And Mr. President.
Song Sung Blue. Don't know the rest of the lyrics, who cares? But it's a very nice song title.
I was saying before, Sean Hannity, a colleague of yours, was at the wedding.
We're not colleagues, but he's a great admirer of mine, and I would call him a friend. I would say we're friends.
I on Friday night, I wasn't there for the rehearsal dinner, but do you remember Friday night? Sean Hannity called you on speakerphone, and you wished my cousin congratulations and mazel tov. And you've met my cousin before. My cousin went to the Oval Office. Sean Hannity brought him there when you were living in the White House, and he met you. He's a tennis player.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you wish him congratulations, and it really meant a lot to him, and he was really appreciative.
So I have a question, tech stuff. This is actually very, very important.
Okay.
What the hell is going on with you? You have a brother who lives in a Trump state.
Mm-hmm.
You have apparently a cousin who plays tennis strongly and respects me greatly. And yet we always get these radical left tech stuff people from New York who aren't so patriotic. I think you're the only person in your family we shouldn't have running the show.
I don't know if I'm really radical left, but I am from New York.
You seem pretty radical left to me.
Right. Well, do you remember making this phone call on Friday night to my cousin?
I made many phone calls Friday night. I was doing Cameo, by the way. I was doing strong cameos.
I didn't know you were on Cameo.
Yes, I do. I charge the maximum amount, and people can't get enough.
That's interesting. Well, Sean Hannity called on behalf of him, and you wished him a nice congratulations and on his wedding. So I know you're a busy man, but just to remind you.
Okay, well, I'm busy, but obviously, from what you're saying, is I appear to be a very nice person. How about that?
Yes.
How about that? You never hear that. You never hear that from the tech stuff. I never say, sir, I just want to let you know you're a very nice person, sir. I never say that.
What's your
Maybe you'll be the first.
what's your opinion on this? When
I guess not. I guess he's not going to say it. Interesting. It should be a nice episode then. The
Sean,
last tech stuff guy was a
yeah,
lot better. He was a lacrosse coach, and he
that's the
was
same guy, Playoffs Friday, baby.
You coach lacrosse as well?
Yeah, I do.
I think I like the other lacrosse coach tech stuff guy better. We called him Bill Belichick, and we like that. I don't know what we'll call you. We'll come up with something.
I want your opinion on this, Mr. President. You're at a wedding or a rehearsal dinner, and Sean Hannity gets up to speak and announces that he's going to call you to wish my cousin congratulations. And
But
people,
you said I'm at the wedding.
no,
Why would he just point to me and say, "Sir, could you speak?"
you weren't at the wedding.
But you said, "Sir, imagine you're at a wedding
I'm
and
saying
Sean Hannity calls you."
I'm painting the situation for you. Okay.
Well, you know
People,
what? Maybe use a better paintbrush.
okay. People started booing Sean Hannity and booing you when they
No,
mentioned
they
your
didn't.
name.
No. They didn't boo me. They most certainly didn't boo me. They might
They
have booed
booed Sean
Sean, who can
Hannity.
be tough.
Do you think that's
They didn't
appropriate
boo me.
for a wedding to be booing someone based on politics, or just you're there to celebrate two people who love each other, who want to spend the rest of their lives together, and then people getting political by booing someone? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, there was one time at Eric's wedding where, you know how they usually do a father of the father of the bride dances with the bride, very special moment.
Yes.
I remember when I danced with Ivanka at her wedding, and we played that. I normally don't like the black songs, but we did that song "Too Close" by Next. It's like the boner on the dance floor song.
Okay.
And that was, well, now you can see I'm getting emotional. I mean, you know how special Ivanka is to me. And when we're grinding on the dance.
Wait, it's supposed to be like a slow dance. You two were grinding.
Everybody can do the slow dance. You go to a wedding, you see a slow dance. We wanted to have a special wedding. It's called Special.
Yes.
And I remember she had been listening to that song when she was in college, and I thought, oh, that's kind of a pop, like an upbeat song. Why do we have to do it dreary? Like, oh, daddy, I hope you don't die soon. We have a nice father-daughter. No, I wanted it to be fun. So it was like when we're grinding, I get so excited. Oh, how I like it.
Yeah.
Now we're dancing too close. You're making it hard for me. And I took that as you're making it hard for me because I don't want to say goodbye to my beautiful daughter as she goes to be in another home with another man who will be her husband. There might be another meaning to making it hard for me, but I thought it was beautiful and it was a unique moment. Everybody left that wedding knowing we're never going to see a wedding like that. We're never going to see a great wedding like that. But when I went to Eric's wedding, obviously I was not the father of the bride, so we did it differently. And what I did was I interrupted the father-daughter dance and took his wife, and in sort of a strong Fred Trump-like spirit, I had anal sex on the dance floor with Eric's wife. And they were going, booty, booty, because they wanted it in the butt. And it was, at first I was like, are they booing me while I plow my daughter-in-law in the rectum? And then Don Jr. is always trying to be my friend. He's like, no, dad, sir. They're actually saying booty. So they definitely want you to do it, dad. And I thought it was very cool. So I thought I was getting booed, but it turns out I was not getting booed. So they might have just wanted me to do strong anal sex with somebody at the wedding that you were at.
It's a
But not
possibility.
booze.
So
They
it's
might have
probably
said
booty,
booze,
not
like we
booze.
want. They might have
All
been
right.
saying we want a drink, we want booze, so that we can cheers our great president. There's so many. You always go for the worst option, don't you? You always have to go for the. They were booing you, sir. They might have been strong supporting and wanting to have more fun.
I wasn't there. This story was told to me, and I just told you what was told to me.
One day I want to get that. I hope we have I want to find the videographer from Ivanka's wedding, because if you see me and her dancing to Next, too close. As far as I was concerned, not close enough. You're making it hard for me to watch you marry somebody. That's all. And strong presidential. Well, at the time, there's a strong CEO erection.
Mr. President.
In a fatherly way.
Always in a fatherly way. Now, there's some disturbing news recently came out. 2 shootings recently. First, we're going to talk about the shooting in Buffalo. An 18-year-old went into a supermarket and just started mowing people down. He planned on taking his attack to other places. They're saying this attack was racially motivated. Killed 10. He streamed this on Twitch. What are your thoughts on this? The world is getting crazy. It's bonkers.
We don't like the violence. We don't like the violence at all. You know, we support the Second Amendment. So we have to say that. We support the Second Amendment very strongly. But we also have to realize what the real problem is here.
What is the real problem here?
And I think they're too quick to go to race. They always want, and by the way, this happened when? Saturday?
Yeah, I think he had.
That's already 2 days ago. That's history. That's critical race theory. You're bringing up racism from, it's in the past. We don't do critical race theory on this podcast. We look forward. We try to make the world better. You're bringing up things from like ancient history saying, sir, he seemed to be racially well, if we dwell on that for so long, we'll never move past it.
I think he had like the N-word written on his assault weapon.
Oh, what color was his assault weapon?
I don't know, but I'm assuming it was a dark color.
Well, the left is all about identity politics. Oh, what's your race? Where are you from? What's the ethnicity? Check this box. We got to do strong. And also, people name guns all the time. Oh, this is Betsy. This is my rifle, Betsy. Okay, well, this is my AR-15 N-word with a hard R out of respect. Because if it was an A, that would be like, this is my buddy. But he was showing, he's doing the hard R to show respect. No, I think this is, the violence has to stop, but also the left has to stop making everything about race. Are you telling me the left makes everything's, instead of just saying we should pray, we should heal, he should be thrown in jail. Of course, murder is not good. We don't like that. Even if it is strong Second Amendment, we disapprove of murder in most cases. But what I don't like is they make it about race. They say, okay, so a young white man with a 80-page racial manifesto with the N-word written on his assault rifle drove 3 hours to a black neighborhood to do violence. And they want to make that about race. They want to say that that's racial. Have you ever heard anything so crazy? How could that be racial?
I don't know. The facts that just came out of your mouth kind of scream that it's racial.
And nobody screamed. Nobody screamed.
Well, it's just saying it didn't. No one screamed, but the facts that you just stated alludes to it being a racist act.
You're not stating facts at all. You start by saying they're screaming, and there was no screaming. So how can I trust any of your so-called facts? All I said was a series of coincidences, and they want to make it race. Instead of just saying we have to protect our law enforcement, we have to have strong Second Amendment. And you know what? They also, a security guard was killed.
He used to be a police officer. He used to be a police officer.
But he was a black cop. He was a black blue live. which matters, but not, it matters. Black, blue life, but obviously blue life is, pure blue life is the most precious. But black blue life is also important too. We have some respect for black blue life. And he was doing security, and he tried to be a good guy with a gun. And I believe he was struck down and said, "But what about all the other good guys with guns? We should have been giving it, oh no, the left. We're giving you a reusable bag. That's what they want to fight with. Where here's a reusable bag, no plastic bag in the store. Here's a tote bag like you donated to Channel 13." And it'd be better in supermarkets. How about this tech stuff in non-radical? Ding, you enter the store, you get your grocery. Oh, good, my grocery cart comes with an AR-15. Perfect. No, they wouldn't do that, because we have to do canvas tote bags, which don't even hold groceries well. But how about when you take a shopping cart, it is fully equipped with a grenade launcher, a knife, and an AR-15. And I bet you'll see, gets me upset, you'll see a lot less violence if everybody in the supermarket has a grenade launcher, a knife, and an AR-15. You'll see practically no violence ever, tech stuff. And instead, they want to give you reusable bags. Sir, don't use a plastic bag. You'll kill the world. Well, you know what? Maybe if you gave me a gun, we could protect life. Pro-life. It's called pro-life. But no, we what happened in
Buffalo.
Albany was where? Who?
It was Buffalo, New York.
Well, in Syracuse, it was very sad what happened, and they have my total respect and my total sympathy, much more sympathy than Simpy Joe. We call him Simpy Joe.
Always a new nickname for him.
Have you seen that guy on Netflix, the doctor who gave everybody deposits?
No, I have not seen this.
He was a fertility doctor, and let's just say he might have not been totally honest about where all these women were getting their joy juice.
I'll have to check it out.
I haven't finished the documentary yet, but I'm thinking about making him Surgeon General in my next term. He'll replace Fauci, who I know we're going to have to talk about later. What a disgrace.
We will talk about him later. Mr. President, we also have another awesome sponsor today. Making Podcasts Great Again is also brought to you by RebeccaSloane.com. Rebecca Sloane, I know you're pretty close with her. You got the blessing from her husband, but Rebecca Sloane has the most high quality sterling silver jewelry. I got some for my wife for Mother's Day, and she wants more of it. She couldn't believe how beautiful it was. And she's like, "Did you spend thousands on this?" And I was like, "No, shh." And she's like, "This looks like you spent thousands on it." Use coupon code Ivanka for a 20% discount on the site. It's always free shipping. It's RebeccaSloane.com. That's RebeccaSloane.com. Mr. President, we have to ask you every week, did she slip into your DMs again? What is going on with Rebecca Sloane?
Well, she's sort of stepping up her game, to be honest. Not only, obviously, her game is top quality with the jewelry. We all know that. But her DM game, she actually just, if you might have seen me looking at my phone, she actually just DM'd me the video of Too Close by Next. I think she's saying she wants to be like Ivanka and grind on me on the dance floor. So, you know what? She's obviously a nice woman, because she knows that that's a special family moment for me and Ivanka. And I think that's her way of saying, "Sir, maybe all three of us could have a father, daughter, stepmom, triple grind to this romantic, lovely song." And
that's very sweet of her.
Isn't that sweet? And I'm she came on a little strong, but now she's tugging at my penis heartstrings by going, for the grinding Ivanka song at a wedding. You should have seen Jared Kushner when we were I'm getting him. You know what? I don't want to do this to the sponsor. Rebecca. Okay, very serious. Rebecca Sloane, for now, we have to remain friends, strong business partners. We respect you. We love the jewelry. We love that you support the show and we support you. And I have to say, I'm not ready to yet do Strong Relations to a song that was the father-daughter dance at Ivanka's wedding.
Well, go to RebeccaSloane.com. Use coupon code Ivanka for 20% discount. And
that's a very legitimate discount. Like, I think sometimes the free shipping is beautiful. A lot of people do free shipping though. They're not the only people who do free shipping. A lot of people do free shipping, but it's nice. But the 20% off already, the jewelry is already a steal. And then they do 20% off. And I don't know how you beat that. I honestly don't know.
It's a great
by
deal.
The way, by the way, I know a lot more than you. And even I don't know how you can beat that deal.
So check out RebeccaSloane.com and use coupon code Ivanka for 20% discount. RebeccaSloane.com.
Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Here's how you go win money by betting on Luca. And then you take your winnings and you go right over to the next sponsor and you say, I'm going to celebrate my winnings by getting some beautiful jewelry. And everybody wins.
It's a brilliant idea, Mr. President.
Well, you know what? Yes.
Now, Mr. President, we go from talking from about one shooting to the next shooting. There was a shooting in California this past weekend at a church in California. The shooter was Asian. They're still trying to figure out really what the motive was about this, but these random shootings, I know you are powerful Second Amendment. You don't think anything is wrong with all these shootings happening all the time?
What about black on black violence?
This was an Asian shooter.
What about black on black violence? Tiffany has actually just started barking because she agrees with me on black violence. What about black on black? Nobody talks about that.
It's spoken about.
What kind of Asian was he? Do you know?
Not sure. What kind? I can look that up for you. What do you think he was? You have a prediction?
Well, you know what? I know he wasn't Japanese because Shinzo would never allow it. I'm going to go with, even though I think Xi is tough, I'm going to say he was Chinese. I'm going to say he was Chinese because they're very anti-Trump.
It says Asian man in his 60s, but he went to a church where the people inside the church were Taiwanese.
I haven't heard from Samsung in a couple of weeks. Do you think it might have been Samsung?
I hope not.
I hope not too. So Taiwanese. Well, I bet you. I'm going to say it might have been Chinese. I guess we'll have to find out. But in any case, it's very sad for somebody to go into a church, and this is why I believe when you walk into church, you should be given a gun.
Please explain why.
Nothing could be safer. If everybody in church has a gun, it'll be the safest place on earth. And you make them take the gun. If they refuse the gun, you shoot them.
So we should have supermarkets that have grenade launchers, a knife, and an AR-15 on your cart. And then when you walk into a church, should be only churches or synagogues too, and mosques as well. You should be given a.
Mosques. The only mosque I want having a gun is Elon Mosque. I would say synagogues, if they're pro-Israel, pro-Trump synagogues. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you should be given the gun. Now, question, just rules of using the gun. If you get excited during prayer, you know how in the Wild West you would shoot the gun in the air because you were so excited?
Are they playing Too Close by Next?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't go to church often. I'm a Jew.
Like maybe on an organ, like a more holy version.
And you could shoot your gun in the air if you get excited.
But you can shoot your gun in your pants.
Okay.
No, you shouldn't shoot. No, you shouldn't shoot at the ceiling in church. It's only if somebody comes in that has a gun or is protesting or is rude, and then you use the gun on them.
So if they're rude, you can shoot them.
It's called a sacred space, tech stuff.
Understand.
If you can't be rude in a house of worship. It's called worship.
Understandable. That
But
makes sense.
this is Sleepy Joe. We had no shootings. We had no shootings when I was president. And all of a sudden, Shooty Joe. We should call him Shooty Joe because everybody's shooting. They're shooting up fentanyl. They're shooting up churches. They're shooting up supermarkets. And, it's not shooting up the stock market. So thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Democrats, for stealing an election. And now we have the worst. A lot of people call me, other leaders, other great leaders that I had such great relationships with. And they say to me, sir, America was the best country in the world, sir. And now we believe it is the worst country, sir. What can you do to change this? And I go, believe me, it's not what I wanted. And it's not what America wanted. But we're going to fight and we're going to take it back. We're going to take it back with the most peaceful protest life.
Now, Mr. President, there is an important primary coming up in Pennsylvania on Tuesday. And we do record on Monday. So by the time people who are listening to this will listen to this a couple days later, all the results will be in. But I want to know your thoughts on John Fetterman versus Kathy Barrett. John Fetterman just recently suffered a stroke. I don't think he will be at this giant campaign rally.
He's got to go up against. He hasn't won yet. He's got to go up against Connor Lamb.
Connor Lamb. Bah, that's right.
Oh,
Connor Lamb.
That was a sheep. Might have even been a goat. And believe me, he's not a goat.
I don't know. I thought it was a sheep.
I'm a goat.
You are a goat. Meh. Not that kind of goat.
Lamb. That was a lamb.
Now, Kathy Barrett. Yeah.
Fetterman's a big guy though. You ever see? He looks like a WWF wrestler. He's like 6'8", which is almost as tall as me.
Yeah, he looks like a huge dude.
And I endorsed in the GOP, which is my party, by the way. Not a lot of people know that.
Did you endorse Kathy Barrett?
I did not endorse her. She's black, which is okay. We're big tent, but she's a very aggressive black. I endorsed the very strong, what's his name? Doug Menstruation. I endorsed Doug Menstruating, who is Army, and he was at January 6th, and he's tough as nails, and he's going to make our country a strong Christian nation. And that's what I want, because I am as strong a Christian as has ever been. You know that.
Well, it's Barnett. I was saying Barrett. My bad. Kathy Barnett, she is a piece of work. She marched January 6th, so that should be something that stands well for you. A lot of anti-Islam tweets, a lot of anti-gay tweets.
Okay, so far she sounds pretty strong.
And she's extremely pro-life. The reason for this...
Why do you say extreme? I'm very pro-life. They call me the most pro-life president ever.
She might be a little more pro-life than you. She is the product of rape.
Are you accusing me? I didn't even know. I didn't do that.
I didn't
excuse
say
me. Excuse me. Your brother wouldn't have done this, and your cousin wouldn't have done it. Is this an ambush? Are you accusing me? on my own podcast of doing rape?
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you that she was a product
It
of
sounded, excuse me, it sounded like an accusation and a very nasty one.
no accusation. Are we good?
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm very upset. I'm very upset right now. Because you basically
I
just
did not
accused
say,
me.
I didn't accuse you. You didn't let me finish. I said that her mother was raped, I think, when she was at like 12 or 13 years old by a 20-something-year-old man.
Oh,
And
so you're saying Sir Jeff Epstein did it? No, he didn't.
I'm
This
not,
is, I would like to go on to the next topic because I feel this is maybe this might be the most unfair tech stuff person who's ever been. And believe me, there's a lot of unfair tech stuff people out there. If she were to win, she's very extreme, which we like. She's an African American, which we respect, and she's very pro-life. And I say with total clarity and great strength, her mother is not somebody that I raped. And I say that with great clarity.
I agree with you.
She is I am saying right now, she is not one of the people that I had strong. Anyway, we move on. We support whoever wins the GOP, but I like Doug Menstruation is the guy I have strongly back.
We have a few more stories here, Mr. President, but before we get to them, we are having our live QAnon live episode for our Perfect 10 Patreon Patriots, and that will be May 26th. That is a Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, May 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern. And also the movie reviews recently have gone up. I think yesterday they went up for our Ivanka level and Perfect 10 level. Join at patreon.com/mpga. Bonus episode is also coming out, I think next week. So lots of content. And yes.
Do you recall, were we doing, I think Kavanaugh is showing up to the live episode, right?
Yes, we have a special interview with Baron Trump, aka Bartholomew, aka Barton.
Oh, that's the bonus is Billy Trump.
Yes, Billy Trump will be interviewed.
So the bonus for all Patreon levels, we'll get that next week. That's an exclusive interview, the first public statements from Beeswax Trump. and then a special guest, Raging Brett Kavanaugh, to talk all things abortion and alcohol. A&A, we're calling it the A&A Q&A. So we're going to have abortion, alcohol party with Brett Kavanaugh. So bring an alcoholic beverage. I know he's going to be drinking. I may even take that week off and let Brett do the entire Q&A.
Oh my goodness, that would be.
And can you imagine how drunk he's going to get? And he's going to probably fight people through Zoom.
He might fight people through Zoom. That's going to be an awesome episode. So that's the live episode with Raging Brett Kavanaugh is May 26th, 8 p.m. for our Perfect 10s. And those who have signed up in the last week, we appreciate you coming on board. Sign up, people. You will not miss out. It's over 100 hours, over 100 hours of bonus material.
And if you sign up, and also don't forget to look at it. We appreciate the support, but some days you see a post and it's got like 35 likes and a lot of comments, and then another post, it's like they forget about it. It's presidential records, people. It's presidential. You should enjoy it and engage and get in the DMs like Rebecca Sloane.
So that's the A&A Q&A, May 26, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And to join up, patreon.com/MPGA. Now, Mr. President, how do you feel about NATO?
Is that what they're calling them now?
Calling who?
I saw that. I noticed that you didn't do the hard R there. Nader. Is that like a half black, half tater tot? You call them a NATO?
No, we're not. I don't know what you're talking. We're talking about the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and
they're very weak. It's like Europe. And they don't pay their defenses, and it's a very sad group.
well, Sweden and Finland now want to join because of Russia. What are your thoughts on this? Sweden and Finland.
I bet Vlad Putin is so scared. That the Swedish chef is going to be in NATO now. Nuclear missiles going to throw meatballs at Putin. No, what are they going to do? The Swedish chef is going to go up to Putin and say, and Putin's going to go, goodbye, piece of shit chef. And he's going to nuke the Swedish chef. The Swedish chef's going to have his pot of meatballs and his silly mustache, and he's going, and Putin's going to press the button, and you go, bye-bye, Swedish chef, and probably with the rest of the Muppets, to be honest. So no, I think it's a great mistake for Sweden and Thailand.
Finland.
Same thing, to join NATO. It's a total joke. Audiogram.
It's already taken care of now, Mr. President. Two more topics.
It'd be really funny. A little split shot of Putin and the Swedish chef just doing strong presidential advising. But usually our tech stuff people, the one thing they get right is they do strong audiograms. So hopefully you at least pass that class at Tech University.
Well, I know you're not a fan of Sleepy Joe, and he just reversed an order of yours. You pulled the troops out of Somalia when you were in the White House, and now Sleepy Joe has just put troops back in Somalia. How are you feeling about this?
He's going to get Captain Phillips kidnapped again. That's what Sleepy Joe's going to do. He's going to get Tom Hanks kidnapped again by Somali pirates. And it's so sad. He's basically redoing the 90s. He probably thought, Jack, Black Hawk down, Jack. I got to be diverse, Jack. Too many White Hawks. We got to get a Black Hawk down. And so he's probably going to get one of our African-American helicopters kidnapped. And he's going to get Tom Hanks kidnapped. And it's a total joke. What does Somalia ever do for us? I know that, that's like the place where they drink wine. I'm a Somalia. This is oaky. It tastes like tree bark and grapes. I'm a third level Somalia. I drink wine and I'm very fancy. Well, we have to get out of all the wine in Africa. We shouldn't even care about. We have to get out of there. And we have to get out of there fast. And Sleepy Joe is going to ruin our country, and he's going to ruin all the wine in Somalia.
I don't think it's wine driven. I think it's because has to do with
You're whining right now, so it sounds a little wine driven.
I think it's for counterterrorism. I think that's what I read.
Well, you know what? I don't really think we need to be teaching terrorists how to count. Okay. And you know what? If Ron DeSantis, who's usually a piece of shit, but he can be tough on some things, he's going to pass a law saying, don't teach terrorists to count. And the left is going to say, it's the no math law. It's the no math law from Ron DeSantis. And that's why the left will lose, because they have no idea what they're doing. They don't have a clue. Excuse me. They don't have a clue. Not one clue.
I understand. Now
they don't even have the game clue.
No game clue, no clue whatsoever. Nothing.
Remember Pink Panther? Inspector Clouseau?
Yes.
They don't have him. Because he's Clouseau. and their Clue now.
Did you like the board game Clue?
Never played it.
It's too bad. I think it's fun. All right.
Well, it's the piece of shit with the candlestick, I think, is what you're supposed to say.
And you have to say the room, who it is, with the weapon, where was the murder done. Okay.
I did no murder, and I also did no rape.
Okay. Your ex-colleague, Dr. Fauci, is in the news, and he stated that if you are elected for a second term,
Excuse me,
third term. My
Thank
apologies. If Dr. Fauci said if you were elected for a third term, that he would quit and he refuses to work on it.
And by the way, even the left has to admit, even their radical anti-life left, if I make it to the third term, even they agree that they can't abort the presidency.
Well,
once I get to third term, that's it. President for life, pro-life.
Now, Dr. Fauci, are you insulted by Dr. Fauci's words?
Dr. Fauci is, I don't even know if he's a real doctor, to be honest.
I think he is.
I don't give a crap. I never wanted him to begin with. I think he's weak. I think he's tiny. I don't even know if he's went to an accredited medical school. We're not impressed. And guess what, Tony? You're like 94 years old. Do you think we want a 105-year-old walking around with a New York accent going, we have to get the masks. We have to get the masks. I think we have to get masks and also vaccines and sodas. We got to drink sodas.
Who would you replace him with on your third term?
Herschel Walker, if he doesn't win in the Senate.
But what does Herschel Walker know about diseases and viruses?
I know he has several mental illnesses and a lot of CTE. So he's been to a lot of doctors and has strong brain things.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, Herschel Walker might be like, in the superheroes, like, oh, he got struck by lightning, but then he got superpowers.
Right.
I think Herschel Walker, his mix of mental illnesses and concussions, what if that gave him a super brain? Like, oh, I was the bipolar. I got struck by lightning when I had bipolar and then got tackled in the face by 3 guys right at that moment. And it supercharged my brain to be very strong medical.
It is a possibility in a good movie. I don't know in reality if that is really possible, but let's hope that you're right.
Well, if it can't be Herschel Walker, we have other great doctors. We have Dr. Oz, if he doesn't win the Senate. We have Dr. Feelgood from Motley Crue. We have Dr. Give Me the News. I got a bad case of loving you. Also a very talented doctor.
Would you hire Dr. Doolittle, even though he's African American?
Absolutely not.
Okay. How do you feel about Dr. Seuss?
Well, he did cancel culture on his own books, so we can't have somebody that weak.
Okay. How about Dr. Kevorkian?
If he were alive, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because he would put Sleepy Joe to sleep. Night, night.
How about, his name is not a doctor, but Doc Gooden. What about Doc Gooden?
I like Doc Gooden. We used to do strong parties together in New York in the 80s. So no, we have respect for Doc Gooden.
Okay.
Dr. Scholes is somebody who I think we could work with.
Okay.
Very strongly. If we put more focus on feet. The nation, we have a lot of walking and nobody ever worries about the feet. So maybe Dr. Scholes can handle COVID. Put my gel inserts over your face. No COVID.
So you're saying Dr. Fauci is easily replaceable?
he's not just easily replaced. He should have been replaced. I think he's one of the, any doctor could do better than him. Dr. Pepper could come in here and do a better job than he's doing.
Well, Mr. President, we are running out of time. I appreciate you joining us for another week here, and we have bonus episodes coming out next week. We have the live episode coming out in 2 weeks. Go to patreon.com/MPGA. Go to RebeccaSloane.com. Use coupon code Ivanka and buy your lady or man or significant other or mother, father, son, daughter, some jewelry from Rebecca Sloane. I'm sure they will love it. And join the patreon.com/MPGA. And if you have not checked out my special yet, please check it out. Something from Nothing. It is on all streaming platforms. It also all video on demand. It was actually on the other night. So go check that out. Something from Nothing. It's on Amazon too. It's on YouTube. It's on Vimeo. Any of those websites. So Something from Nothing. Thanks to all the people who have watched it and sent nice notes to me over Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I appreciate that. And Mr. President, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hey, everybody, it's JL. Yeah, thanks for listening. Everybody who showed up on Saturday to Special Taping 2.0, much appreciated. Just a couple of shows coming up, and obviously I have my own Patreon as well with some different stuff. Patreon.com/JLCovan. My own podcast, Righteous Prick. But as far as shows, just a couple, since I'm going to hopefully be focusing on editing and promoting over the next month and a half. I'm in Sellersville, Pennsylvania this Sunday at the Sellersville Theater, I believe, but that's between Allentown and Philly. So if you're in the greater Philly area or the Allentown, Bethlehem area of Pennsylvania, perfect time to see me in a nice venue. Ticket link is on my website. And then just Boston City Winery, July 15th, 2 shows. So get your tickets now. Don't make me sweat it out. And other than that, just, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to this show on YouTube, my channel on YouTube. Just if money's tight, just do all the free support. That's always, there's always ways to support if you have money, but also always ways to support if you don't. And if you're still listening, and you haven't given us 5 stars on Apple Podcast, what is wrong with you? Do it right now. Even that counts for sure as support. So at least do that if you do nothing else, if you haven't already. So thank you for listening. I think this was a very strong episode. God help us all.